got 15 seconds, man. Why did it take you so long to respond? I really thought you'd be over this. You might think it just hurt. No. I'm telling you. Bro, Herbert? Oh, that's a good quarterback, too. Yo, the Dolphins have 6 quarterbacks, bro.
Bro, can I have Daniel Jones, bro? Please.
Yo, yeah, Dolphins, bro, you're tripping. Who is Humble B? Yo, Cookie Town, you still around, sir? Alright, bet.
Bro, it's nobody for me to kick, bro. Everybody active, bro.
It's 100% active league, bro.
Good, you know what I mean? Bro, you get on the waiting list when somebody go inactive, I got you. You're on the group team.
No, I literally just texted like some chick. I'm like, do you know who this is? I'm just playing along. I got no idea. Yo, tell somebody to call him. I'll call him. I'm about to call him right now. Actually, you know how I said it just hurts? You know how I said it just hurts? I said, actually, I don't want you to come to my barbecue.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Yo, it's a shorty. Yo, that's a girl, bro. You might as well, y'all do it for next time. Girl.
Yeah, that looks good.
On first down, it's Watson. Being chased down, but on the way, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
As you and I both know, one reason teams split plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you, that fumble was not in the script.
That fumble written next to play one there.
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game. That's something that could have gone wrong.
6, 9, and 10.
No, I love that one, y'all members. That's all
on the ground, this is heading for now. Well, he went nowhere. He went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many guys do we see with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus? Tackling the runner for a loss.
Steps away. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first. Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. It's first and 10 at the 14. A quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to work it here at the 8-yard line. And he's 6 on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Okay, Lahoma.
Are that Cookie Town talk?
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so he's second and 4.
Some chick named Sean. I know it, bro. Hey, bro, you live in a 300... Yo, like 300 people that live where you are, bro. What you mean, bro? There's like 150,000 people.
Taylor. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Hey, please, now can you text her and be like, text her and just mess with her, bro. Please mess with her. What do you want me to say? Nah, bro, because I know her. I don't even care what you say, bro. Just mess with her. You said her name was Sloan? Yeah, bro.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here. Still a couple yards short of the first. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down.
Don't forget, Ron, where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. A lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. Get more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it. Because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, what do you do about it?
Could you sense the relief when they gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved though if they recoup with that score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
There's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Tell her I need a feature, bro. What's up?
Throwing the hand is Watson. Down and open is Ricky Seals-Jones.
Yo.
Would have crossed the 45 before he's brought down.
Hell yeah, I'm in the game right now, though.
Hey, who's trying to message the girl that texted me right?
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
They got me a middle backer. Damn, I ain't want no fucking linebacker. I needed a receiver.
Shotgun snap for Watson. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. A gain of 39 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that, because that's a big game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3.
Yeah, that's the worst contract ever.
And that's one of the reasons you like the blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the linebackers of reading the play and willing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now it's Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead. And he had time there. You can give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It's just a little too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because there's just that much time in the pocket. He can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. He's at the 40. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Called out an 84-yard kick return. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So let's try this again after the kick return, TD. Here's yet another kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a line of about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Y'all know what I'm about to grab. I'm not grabbing no tight bucks. I'm grabbing a fucking dog head. That's what my shorty said. She ended up with a nice pull-up.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Will they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A first down play here for Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Coming in, he really likes the chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To throw is Watson. Forced out to his, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Reset, 18. 24 down, he's coming. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Check it backer, check it backer. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. throw is Taylor. And his throw's going to be incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver. But now it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now a pass hauled in downfield. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first down, it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Taylor. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Taylor. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to... Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Josh Allen able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it with Johnson. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone, so they could use something here on 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. It's caught. Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones. 95 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And it's 3rd down.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. But we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. 59. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let him know, let him know.
Now Taylor to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Trying to lay one up deep, and that will be incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, T. Line up. Check.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Watson. Going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't come.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
To try again after the sack. Taylor buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Taylor. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Mike, check. 59.
They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. And it is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On 2nd and a yard. Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Taylor to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Jaguars on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Taylor. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He'll get that to devalve the tight end.
We play to win. Let's go.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Taylor steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Taylor. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Boston Scott taking it in. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. But now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Johnson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson, and he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Houston, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.